Hey guys, Clay at Full Tilt again. This time we're going to do another video for you on the install of our rear 4-bar kit for 47 to 54 Chevy and GMC trucks. I've cut a little bit off the front of this. That's why I'm holding this leaf spring, just to show you that what we cut off. First thing you do want to do is you scarf the rivets on the outside. You bang them out just to get all the old suspension off, front and back. That's all this piece of crap's here for, is just to show what's what. We just saved some time on the video, so now we can just get to the video and show you how to install all this stuff. Okay, we're going to start installing this thing. First thing we want to do is put these front brackets on. This is what the bracket looks like. There's right and left sides on them. We'll have them marked for you so you know. This one's already installed. What it does is it uses these two holes, and they're in the frame already existing. It's where the rivets come out when you cut the old leaf springs off. So you use the supplied bolts, you bolt it on right and left side, ready to go. Okay, after we bolted these brackets on, what we're going to do is put the front 4 bars in, the front half of the 4 bars I should say. Pop them up through, put your bolt in. I'm going to use just a regular nut for mock-up. The kit comes with nylocks. When you get it all dialed in, you can crank them down. This is just for show. Okay, since I'm doing this by myself with no help here, I'm going to snug this bar up. And if I get it snug enough, it'll hold itself out of the way while you put your other bar in. Bottom bar, same way. Nothing special here. Then we'll snug this bar too. Snugging these bars just keeps them from moving around on you too much. That way when you go to the back bracket, you're good to go. Okay, so we went from the front, we got the fronts on, we're going to go to the rear brackets. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to bolt these together. And there is lefts and rights here too. You'll figure it out. We're going to put these up like this. This rolls up onto the rear end like such. And if we can get the rear end to roll in there, which it should, like such. Then take this bracket, which goes on the rear end. Put your nuts on. We'll snug those down just as goes. It's just the same reason, just to keep everything a little bit tight here. And at this point, we want to make sure that your axle center line is centered on your axle center line. On these trucks, the rear ends are known to be a couple inches forward into the fender. So best thing to do is, these bars are cut for this length, but what I always do, set the bed back on, put a fender back on, make sure your tire center in your fender. And you've got probably an inch or better of adjustment here to move forward or backward, so you should be good to go. Okay, next thing we're going to do here to try and get your bracket for your axle lined up, we're going to put a straight edge across this bracket. We're going to transfer it back to this. We're going to move this over so they're both in line with one another. And we're going to put us a little mark here so we know where we're at, because then we're going to have to go back to the back here, and we're going to have to plumb this before we tack these. Show that to you in just a sec. Okay, after we got things lined up here, what we're going to do is we're going to get this bracket plumbed to the ground. So you just take the upper bar. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we're lengthening this upper bar, which is plumbing our axle bracket. There's the bubble. Notice. You get a plumb right there. Okay, we're plumb. Also, if you come up here, I have my axle housing already set at about 2 to 3 degrees nose down is where you want. So we're going to get the welder out. We're going to put some tacks on this and get it going, and we'll get the other side on. Then we'll show you how to put the Panhard bar and the shock bracket on. We got our rear coilover bracket plumbed straight up and down. Before we tack these, what we want to do is we want to get these two brackets straight up and down. They're straight up and down. We'll get the welder out, we'll tack them on, we'll go the other side, we'll do the other side. I won't show you the other side because it's just the same stuff. And then we'll get the Panhard bar and upper shock mount hanging in there and show you how to put those on. Fucking producer.
I remember that from last time.
Okay, this is plumb, these are plumb. We're on our line here. What we want to do is we're just going to put us a couple little tacks. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the upper shock bar. This is for the upper coilover mount. So what we got here, we got some reinforcement plates. What they do, these are tapered. There's a little round corner here. These are tapered. The round corner goes forward. These slides on like this. Go to this side, same thing. Slides on like this. And then we take our shock bar and we slide it in here. There's two little existing holes right there and one on the other side. That's what these are for. These come in, the shock bar is threaded on the ends. This is for location only. So we put that one in there. We'll come over to this side, same thing, on the same hole. Loosen it. And what I do here is I'll take a long bolt, I'll put it in here. Let's put it in like this. We'll take this level, we'll put it on here, and we're going to level these front to back. Once they're level front to back, tighten these 3/8 bolts down, and then we'll show you how to put the boxing plates in. After these are bolted in, these are snugged up, you're going to come back in here and you're going to weld this bar on the inside of the frame. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, after you've welded this all the way around on this bar, or as much as you can get, you're going to take these plates, you're going to slide them up into place. You might need to grind them a little here or there, this or that. We're going to give this a little tap. What you want, the optimum thing to do here is you want this plate so you can put a bead of weld across here, and this plate actually sits inside like such. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it here. We've got these all tacked in. I left them at a little bit of an angle because it just fits really good. You're going to come back and weld this all the way across here, all the way across here, and all the way around here on both sides, and then you're done. That baby's installed. We'll get onto the Panhard bar and we'll get this baby wrapped up. Well, we're going to install the Panhard bar. What we're going to do, we're going to take this bolt out. This is the driver's side. We're going to take our cool little bracket that we have here. This goes on, gusset goes out. Like such. Sure. This gusset goes out. This gets welded to the rear end all the way around both sides, and this gets welded right down here to the 4-bar bracket, all the way down here. All this around, weld the hell out of it. Snug this up. Then we have this little bracket that goes on our Panhard bar. It goes on the short end of our Panhard bar. See where the bend's at? This is the short end. Long end, short end. This goes on like this. Bolt comes in from the back side. Like such. Like I said, these are just temporary nuts. It'll come with nylocks. Then this thing comes with an 8-inch long grade 8 bolt. Goes in like such on the long end. Flat washer, and then this goes up through here. This is also the passenger side upper coilover mount. This goes down in here. This tips down in here. I won't show it to you, but we'll clamp it. Then this gets welded here, 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 and here. So that's what the finished products looks like. If you come over to this other side, this is the upper coilover bolt. The coilover will slide here. There's a spacer that goes in here, and then the coilover bolt on. We'll show you how to do that real quick. Okay, just a view from the back side, showing you how the shocks mount up. Like I said, this will all come with nylocks. We just put it together temporarily so we could pull it apart and paint it all, grind it all, make it all pretty. So, okay guys, here's the finished product. 47 to 54 Chevy trucks and GMC trucks. This is all put together. Obviously, we got to pull it apart to paint it, powder coat it, whatever you do. Just shows you how the Panhard bar mounts across there, how the coilovers are mounted, and it should be simple. If you got any questions, you know who to call. Just give me a call. Call Clay, Full Tilt Street Rods, 970-255-8890. Have a good one.